Hi, my name is Gabrielle and this is my assessment for 4399 EDN, which focuses on preparing to teach in the digital classroom. This learning sequence is based in a Year 1 class where I will be teaching a mathematics unit. The content descriptor from the Australian curriculum is that by the end of this unit, students will be able to give and follow directions to move people and objects to different locations within a space. This learning sequence will be a blended unit of work. There will be learning activities provided where students will engage with the content not using ICT. However, for the most part, digital tools will be highly incorporated and an integral component throughout, with students inquiring, communicating, collaborating, and creating using ICT. The unit I am introducing today has 8 activities that will be spread out over 4 lessons. And this will be students' first introduction to the theme of location. This unit of work aims to build students' comprehension as they grow and construct their own knowledge each lesson. The beginning of this learning sequence provides students with mostly whole class activities, then building up to pair work and then up to individual work as students gain confidence and understanding with the content. Throughout the unit, each activity offers formative assessment opportunities, building up to the last activity, which will be the summative assessment of the unit. There is also synchronous and asynchronous learning occurring throughout each lesson. This unit will feature a range of educational practices and skill building for students, such as peer learning, whole class discussions, collaborative inquiry, team working, communication skills, decision making, as well as critical and lateral thinking. So the 8 learning activities will be spread out with 2 delivered each lesson, leaving time at the end for students to gather on the mat, reflect their learning, and express how they are feeling on the topic with the thumbs up, thumbs down method. This aims to synthesize student learning through open questions delivered from the teacher. So, for the first activity, the class will go outside. The teacher will ring the classroom bell to call out a direction and a way to move. For example, skip 6 steps forward, with students following. The teacher can also pick a student to have a turn at giving out directions. The next is an interactive PowerPoint slide. This will be another whole class activity to introduce the topic. Here is an example of one which I found from Twinkle, which is another great teaching resource. For this, students will have to raise their hand for what they think the correct answer would be for the location of an item. Find the Teddy game is next, which is a fun activity where in pairs, students will take turns to hide a little classroom teddy or another object at the back of the classroom. Their partner will close their eyes and they will need to give and follow directions to their classmate to find it. For these lessons that have students working in pairs, this will be based off their reading comprehension pairs, with lower level students being placed with higher level, aiming for reciprocal learning. Arc Games is the next digital resource being used, with the student using the game Spaceship Maze. Again, students will be working in their pairs, with one giving the other instructions to get the spaceship back to Earth. Next is a whole class activity that will incorporate the interactive whiteboard. A map of something that will interest students, for example SeaWorld, will be placed on the whiteboard. Then the teacher will pick a student to come up to the board and give directions to a given location, while they draw using the pen at the same time. Online Bbot is another digital tool being used. For this activity, students will use the online Bbot to give directions to spell their name. This is the first individual activity students will be partaking in this unit. They can screenshot when they arrive at each letter and then post their images onto their classroom share app. The last 2 in this learning sequence are Quizwizzer and Seesaw. I'm going to go over these last 2 activities that will incorporate digital tools in closer detail on the following slides. So, first taking a look at the Quizwizzer program. This digital resource is exciting for students as they can raise in real time through custom maps that can be themed, and teachers are able to test student knowledge on a range of subjects. It will also compile student results as data, highlighting to the teacher where students are sitting with their knowledge and what particular questions they have difficulty with. In relation to this unit, the teacher can create a quiz that could be multiple choice questions, where students will have to assess a photo or a map and need to pick the correct directions to arrive at a certain location or find a particular item. This would be a valuable tool leading up to the final lesson of the summative assessment, as the teacher can ensure students have gained enough knowledge on the unit before their summative assessment peaks. That way, an additional lesson could be given to struggling students so that they can gain confidence going into their final lesson. This program gives students autonomy in their learning as they can access and find activities to do, as well as monitor their progress. The teacher can simply assign an activity to students and they can complete it at their own pace. This activity would be at the end of the unit as a summative assessment piece. It is a fantastic tool to use because, as well as being interactive for students, it will post the students' work onto their private profile that can be seen by their parents, guardians, and teachers, making this an amazing and communicative tool where all parties can go and like and comment on work, making it collaborative and engaging for students. For this particular activity, teachers can create interactive slides similar to PowerPoint where students are able to move icons, and they can use a number of tools such as incorporating text, pictures, recording audio, drawing, and highlighting objects. In relation to this activity, a map would be placed onto slides, with each having a different location for students to reach on the boat. They would need to draw the way using the tool down the bottom. So a great thing about this tool is the recording audio aspects, which can help students who, as this is year 1, may not have built up their phonic awareness to read or write directions. So, as they are drawing, they can record their directions at the same time, ensuring all students will have an equal opportunity to demonstrate their comprehension. This can then be uploaded to be viewed and marked by a teacher. So thank you for viewing this unit of work relating to locations for mathematics in Year 1. Bye!